Hey guys, what's up? Crystal here from Krystal'S Couture, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about my favorite brushes in this video. So obviously I do want to try to make sure to use brushes that is very easy to get your hands on, and I did limit myself to using these brushes since the beginning of 2016. I wanted to make sure that these were brushes that is good to go ahead and make this whole entire look without needing additional ones. So I have here 5 brushes with an additional bonus one just in case, and I just really want to make this as fast and simple as possible. I do keep my brushes in like this little makeup bag here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking about them. So starting off, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the eyeshadow brush that I use constantly, and it is this one right here. This is the Royal and Langnickel Crease and Smudge Brush. About this brush, it does come in a duo. You can find them at Walmart, and I do believe that they are cruelty free whenever I did look it up on their website. So it does come with these two here. You can definitely use this one. This one is a mid eyeshadow brush. I honestly only use it to buff out the lower lash line when I want a pop of color, but it is not something that I use on a regular. But it is a good eyeshadow brush. So they do come in a duo. It is called the Smoky Eyes Duo, and I really love this one right here. This crease brush is life, guys. It is life. I think the duo is about $5 to $6. Definitely worth it. And this other side, it has like a little smudger that you can use to smudge out like your lower lash line. You can also use it for picking up a highlighter for the inner corner, brow bone, or even applying your lid color if you have smaller eyes. So the crease brush is actually like really freaking amazing. It is super soft. It blends out really nicely as well. I just really like this brush, and the fact that it is drugstore is just really surprising and really amazing. Royal and Langnickel definitely has done other collaborations, which I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about right now. This is the Royal and Langnickel collaboration. It says Revolution. This is the BX80. I got this in Boxycharm. It was their collaboration with Boxycharm. This is a flat eyeshadow brush. So this is basically the same as this. The only difference is that this one here is a little bit taller and extremely thinner. I prefer this just so that I can get a precise application, and I only use it for the lid. Sometimes if I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to use the other one that I'm going to talk to you guys about, I will use it as a inner highlight as well, and my brow bone. I'm just saying, it is a multi-functional brush. Again, if you do have smaller lids, you can definitely use this to place a lit shade into your crease and blend it out. So this one is very multifunctional, especially in the different kinds of eyeshadow looks that you can create. This one here is the Luxie 235 small tapered blending brush. I did get this one in Boxycharm. It wasn't, I think it may have been a collaboration, or it was just sold in the Boxycharm. I don't know, but I really like it because it is nice and fluffy, but it is again a small blending brush basically. So you could definitely use it for the outer corner if you would like, which is the basic generic way to use a brush like this, or you can use it to blend out your entire crease if you just want to fade the gradients, which is somewhat what I use it for. I use it to add highlight to the brow bone. I also use it to pop it here in the inner tear duct, and since it is a blending brush, I do kind of fade out that gradient into the highlight so that there isn't any harsh edges or any weird lines or anything like that. Again, this one here is kind of a luxury because you could definitely just use your eyelid brush, but I did like having something a little bit fluffy. So these are the 3 that I use for my eyes, for if this would be a separate one. If this here were a separate brush, I definitely would not be using one of these. So that being said, since it is fluffy, I don't like to pack on lid color with this, so that's one of the downfalls to having a blending brush and using it for more than one use. It doesn't really pack on the color well because the bristles are not as compact and dense. But again, these here are the brushes that I use. I really do love them. And let's move on to the eyebrows really quick. I am having a bad hair day, so please try to look past it. So this here is the Bodyography Pro Brow Brush, and it is a spoolie on one side and an angled brush on the other side. You can definitely find a lot of brushes like this anywhere. You can find them at the drugstore, anywhere. I know Anastasia Beverly Hills has one that is super infamous, and I really like this one because you can pinch the brush to be really, really fine, very thin, and it creates the most precise hair-like strokes ever. I do have other angled brushes that I have used before. They're a little bit on the thicker side. You don't want something too thick because it kind of takes away from the natural brow, unless you're going for that kind of thing, or even some kind of bushy brow. You can definitely use that, but I personally like it because it has a spoolie on the other side. You can blend things out, you can comb your hairs and your actual hair. It's all good. This honestly is one of the only ones that I do have like this anyways, so I'm pretty sure any brush like this will do. So I highly recommend having one of these in your everyday makeup bag, everyday makeup drawer, in your collection, period. So like I said, I did mention that I do have like 5 all-time favorite brushes. It's actually 6. And a bonus one because it's not actually a brush. Sorry, but I wanted to be real with you guys. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna go ahead and move to the face. I'm gonna talk about this brush right here. This is the Real Techniques. This is the by Sam and Nick blush brush. I personally like this because for different reasons. It's like a love-hate relationship, and I'll tell you why. Oh my god, you guys are completely fake. You didn't even tell me that I had a mark right here. My son must have taken that off, but I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and touch up my contour. It's a really nice brush to add like a subtle hint of color or touch up or something like that. It is definitely not a great brush if you really want to pack on actual color. Okay, for example, I was really wanting to get like a really harsh line, and I thought that maybe this might do it. It won't. It does have the tapered brush so that it can kind of get, you know, in like smaller places, I guess, but it's definitely not for packing on color, which is one of the reasons actually why I love it. I bought it for blush, and I am definitely not a blush girl at all, so I do love using this to add a little bit of, you know, like warmth to my face or whatever the case may be. So that is why I do love it. I do also use it for bronzer so that I can kind of sweep it everywhere. It is very effortless. I don't know what it is about this brush. It is super soft, first of all, and this brush is just freaking amazing. It's like you really can't get a harsh line with this brush. I don't know, I've never had one, and it just really blends things out very nicely. Again, it is from Real Techniques. I believe it runs, I want to say maybe $6. Again, I don't know, it is a good brush, honestly. I use it for everything. I use it for, when I say everything, I mean blush, bronzer, and a little bit of contour. I use it for blending out anything on my cheeks, and dusting just a bit on my forehead, and as you saw, my face. I like it for the cheek products. Speaking of cheeks, this here is what I have been using for highlighter, and it is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. This brush is a little bit tricky to kind of get your hands on, and what I mean by that is very simple. These brushes are obviously not manufactured the same, and if they are, they just don't look the same, because I'm sure you can see the difference right there. This one here is the one that I like to use for highlight because it's on the fluffier side, and the other one here I use for eyeshadow because it's not that fluffy, and it's good for just like a messy all over the like lid and crease kind of look. So I really do like this. What I do is I spray my like entire face or whatever. This is my DIY rose water, whatever. It's really, really good. So I'll just wet it. We'll grab like just a little bit because I'm already kind of popping, and just apply the highlighter. It's very small, which is why I liked it, because I could like get it on the nose, the temples really easily, down the nose, whatever, wherever it is that I wanted to put it, I was basically able to put it there. It is obviously extremely affordable as well. I believe it's like $3. So whenever you do look for them, just look for the fluffiest one if you do plan on using it for your highlighter as well. I have used it for the concealer. It works great. You can definitely use it like that, but I'd rather use my fingers or even a cosmetic sponge for cream products. So yeah, highly recommend it. Only $3. Actually, is this one $3? Yeah, this one's $3. Yeah, this one is not the dollar one. $3. And I think I got mine at my local grocery store. So that's pretty much it for the brushes, guys. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the bonus. Now, please don't throw shade. Actually, let me see if I have my clean one. Yes. It's the Real Techniques sponge. This is what mine looks like. Yes, I know it's completely dirty. It's because I used it today and I used cream products all over my face. So obviously I really do like it. One thing that I will say is that I'm very OCD and very like so I do like to clean my beauty blender. It's not even a beauty blender, it's the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge. It's flat on one side and then it's like an actual egg on the rest of it. It's like an egg cut and a diagonal cut. Very good. I will definitely do a cream contour look in demonstrating on how to go ahead and do that in the future. But the reason why I do kind of say that it is somewhat a bonus is because I don't do this every single day. I only do this when I'm going to be on camera, and that's usually it. Sometimes I'll do it just for Instagram pictures or something, but other than that, if it's not for some kind of social media, I don't cake the face. So I do use my fingers for everything, which is concealer, primer, and I don't usually do foundation. You guys have already seen my like no makeup looks. That is my everyday makeup look. So yeah, I do usually skip the foundation, which means that I don't always need a brush or a sponge. I just use my hands and of course clean them. Since I did go for a heavier look today, I did use the sponge. Here, I'll just show you guys the clean one. I did use this sponge. So obviously I used it, it's dirty. What I use it for is foundation. I use it for concealer, and I also use it for the cream contour and highlight that I have been using, which I don't want to show you guys now because I will be doing a separate video like I said. And it works amazing, guys. There's something about the water that is in the sponge that helps keep the products looking as natural as it can, if that makes sense. Of course, if you're going to be very heavy, it's not going to look natural, so as natural as it can. So it does kind of absorb some of the product, but hey, a brush would too. The reason why I do prefer the sponge over a brush is just because, again, the water really does. Let me give you this as an example. You know, whenever you apply your foundation and everything, it looks kind of cakey. You set your face and then it just kind of like sinks into the skin, meshes into the skin, and just like really looks like skin. That's basically what you're doing with this. There's water in this, and whenever you pack on your makeup, the water kind of like pushes into the powder and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I do use this to set my under eyes as well, and it has been keeping my makeup from creasing. So I do recommend it. I just dropped it. I do recommend it, and I believe they run for $5. You can also buy a like a dual pack for I think $10. I got mine for $3 because I had a coupon. So hey, there you go. If you are not into the sponge thing, don't worry because I got you. Before I do say that though, I will say that I replace my sponge every week. It is what it is. Although I do clean it every application, I have to replace it every week. If I don't replace it every week, I won't use it. I'll just use my hands or something else because it just bothers me. Like, I've seen those bugs inside the beauty blender videos, and it's not cute. So I am very sanitary with it, which is why sometimes you'll see me use actual make cosmetic wedges in my videos, because those I can just toss out. But with that being said, if you aren't into that, I recommend a Kabuki brush over anything. You can use a flat top brush, but keep in mind that, as I said, I use this for setting everything as well as blending. So I would recommend a Kabuki brush, because the Kabuki brush, you can blend your foundation in, you can set everything. You can honestly even use your little mini Kabuki brush for just a quick bronze all over your face, which is what I use it for too. Sometimes if I don't feel like using this, I will just use this. So there's just another option for you guys. And obviously it does help to have a Kabuki brush, just so that you can blend out any harsh edges that you may have, or whatever the case may be. So those are my favorite brushes, guys. Those are the brushes that I have to use every single time that I want to do a full face of makeup like this, and I honestly cannot complain. I'm super happy that I found my, you know, like my holy grails in the brushes. These are like the best or the most useful brushes that I have right now. I do have similar ones, but these are the ones that I have been using. I just want to be like real, and I am actually happy that most of them are affordable and easy to find. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If I did forget anything or left anything out in this video, leave any questions, comments, and recommendations down in the comments below, because you guys know I get back to you as fast as I possibly can. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You guys know that it helps me out. And with that being said, remember that you are loved because I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.